Hey there, now you are on a General Settings page Shortcuts tab of the Quizmaker plugin, and in this video tutorial we will learn more about the leaderboard settings the plugin provides. The plugin has different leaderboard options available for your usage. These are individual leaderboard settings, global leaderboard settings, leaderboard by quiz category settings, and leaderboard position settings. We will discuss each of these leaderboards one by one and we'll show them on the front end for a better understanding. So let's start. First, we will discuss individual leaderboard settings. Then we will pass on to the discussion of the remaining ones. At first, I want to mention that individual leaderboard settings is designed for a particular quiz results. By inserting the individual leaderboard settings shortcut to your preferred post or page, you can display the list of top users who passed the given quiz, and you need to specify the quiz ID here. So let us discuss the options one by one for a better understanding. First option to discuss is the shortcode option itself. You need to copy the given shortcode and paste it to your preferred post or a page to display the list of top users who passed the given quiz. All you need to do is to replace your quiz ID with a corresponding quiz ID. Then comes the from and to parts. For the from part, you need to specify the start day for the leaderboard, and for the to part, you need to specify the end day for the leaderboard. Here you can specify year, month, and day, and the same for the to part. Then comes the users count option, with the help of which you can specify how many users' results will be displayed on the leaderboard. For example, we have specified the value 20, so the 20 users' results will be displayed for the leaderboard on the front end. The next one is the width option, which specifies the leaderboard box width. We have set it 0, but you can leave it blank to have 100% width. Next one is the group users by option, which is one of the most important options for the leaderboard. With the help of the group users by option, you can just decide by which criteria you want to group your users for the leaderboard. And as you can see, there are three main options: ID, email, and no grouping. So let me explain you each of them one by one. The first one is user ID. This is designed to group your logged in users. Please note that the leaderboard will display the WordPress display names of your users in this case. The next way to group your users is to group them by their email addresses. If you tick the email option, you can make the leaderboard for guests. Please note that in case of choosing the email grouping method, the results of the leaderboard will not be collected by the WordPress user ID of the users. For this case, you will need to enable the information form option and of course choose the name and email fields as active ones. Please let me show you this. You go to the given quiz user data tab and scroll down a little bit to see the information form option. Here you can see available fields and active fields. You need to take the default name and email fields from the available fields and insert them into the active fields. By doing this, the system will group the users by their emails and will display the guests' names. So we are ready to pass on to the discussion of the next way of grouping, which is the no grouping method. If you don't want to group your users by any criteria, you can choose the no grouping option. Please note that in this case, the users will need to fill in the information form fields to appear in the leaderboard. In our case, we will choose the email way of grouping. So we can pass on to the next option, which is the show users results option, and here you can see two available options: average and maximum. You can decide to choose either the average or maximum results of the users for the leaderboard. In our case, we have chosen the average option. The next one is the show points option. It has two sub-options, without maximum point and with maximum point. In our case, we have ticked the with maximum point option. With this option, you can decide how exactly you want to display the user's score. For example, if you choose the correct answer count, the results of the users will be displayed in a form of, for example, 5/10. The 10 is the maximum score and 5 is the score the user got. The enable pagination option is the next one. This option is designed for those people who want to have the data displayed on the leaderboard with pages and not the whole data on the one page. I want to mention that it will also have the chance to somehow filter and sort the data displayed for the leaderboard by leaderboard columns. The next advanced option is the enable user avatar option. By enabling this option, you can display the user's avatar on the front end. Please note that in order this option can work for you, the name field of the information form option must be in the active fields. Moreover, if the name table column is unticked, for example like this, and you have enabled the user avatar option, it will not work for you anyways. So you will need to tick this option, this table column as well, so that the functionality can work for you. Also, the avatar will be displayed next to the user's name on the leaderboard. The next one is the color option, with the help of which you can configure the color of the leaderboard. And the last one is the custom CSS option, where you can write your own CSS code and achieve your desired styling result, as our plugin is developed fully customizable. Also, you can pay attention to the leaderboard columns field. It has different table columns, position, name, score, duration, and points. These are the columns which will be displayed on the front end. You can tick, untick them, or you can rearrange the position in any way you prefer. Also, I would like to speak about one important feature here. You can display the custom fields, your preferred ones, for the leaderboard. And for that, we need to go to the custom fields. Choose your preferred custom field. And then tick the show custom field on your shortcodes option. Here you can see the list of the shortcodes you will be able to display the custom fields on. As we are speaking about the individual leaderboard, we will tick this one, and I will show you this on the front end. Don't forget to save the changes. As you can see, after making the changes, the gender custom field appeared in the table columns, which will be displayed for the leaderboard on the front end. So as we are done with the settings configuration for the individual leaderboard, we can see it on the front end. I have already created the quiz for which I want to display the leaderboard and have already added the questions to it. Here you can see this. So we can enable the leaderboard for this quiz to be displayed on the front end. I have already added a new post by going to the post page and adding a new one. So let me show you this. We go to our created post, then we insert the copied shortcode here. First thing we need to do is to change the your quiz ID with the corresponding quiz ID. This will be, for example, 19. We can specify the start date for the leaderboard and the end date for it. In our case, we don't need to specify the time frame, so we can just delete this part. And we also need to name our leaderboard. For example, we can name it individual leaderboard, and we can save the changes. So here is our individual leaderboard displayed on the front end. We can decide how many entries to display, for example 5, 10, 20, etc. By changing the number of entries, we decide to choose, for example, 10 users results, 20 users results, etc. As we have configured the leaderboard to display the 20 users results, we can choose, for example, 10. as the 25 option will not be available for us. Here you can see the table columns, position, name, score, duration, and points. Also here we can perform a search for the particular user. For example, we can search for the Alex, and here we can see the results of the Alex. Also, besides the available table columns, we can also enable the gender table column and display it here. For that, we go to the general settings page and tick the gender table column. We can have it displayed here, as you can see. So we are done with the individual leaderboard and can pass on to the global leaderboard. As we are done with the individual leaderboard settings, we can pass on to the global leaderboard settings shortcode. Please note that the settings for the individual leaderboard and global leaderboard are almost the same, so there is no point to discuss the options one by one again. I just want to mention that for the global leaderboard settings, you can choose either by ID or by email for grouping the users, and of course the global leaderboard settings has some way of showing the results. Like, besides showing the users' average and maximum results, you can also show some results. You need to pay attention to the fact that the sum way of grouping results doesn't work with the score table column. The global leaderboard settings shortcode work for all quizzes results, like it is not designed for just one quiz but shows the all quizzes results. Here there is no need to insert the quiz ID as there are lots of quizzes. Here we can just specify the from and to parts, like the start date for the leaderboard and the end date. All we need to do is just to copy the shortcode and go to our post. Let it be the same post and change the shortcode here. As we don't need this part, we can just remove it. Like this, and we can change the name of our post to global leaderboard and of course save changes. So here is our global leaderboard designed for all quizzes results. Here we can decide to choose, for example, 10 entries, or we can search for the particular user's results like we did for the individual leaderboard. So we are done with the global leaderboard as well. As we have already discussed the individual and global leaderboards, we can pass on to the discussion of the leaderboard by quiz category settings shortcode. This shortcode is designed for a particular quiz category results. So by copying and pasting the shortcode to your preferred post or a page, we can display the list of top users who passed any quiz of the category you mentioned here. Please note that you need to replace your quiz category ID with the corresponding quiz category ID. To find the quiz category ID, we need to go to the quiz categories page and copy the ID of your preferred quiz category. So it's high time to see our leaderboard on the front end, and for that we just copy the shortcode like we did for the previous ones and paste it to our desired post. Here we can paste our shortcode, and for example I have chosen the category 8. We don't need this part, so we can remove it like this, and of course we can change the post name to this and we can save the changes. So here is our leaderboard by quiz category settings displayed on the front end, and here is the data. If you don't like the color combination for the leaderboard, you can just change it from the general settings color option. For that we go to the general settings page and choose the color we prefer for this leaderboard. Then we go back to our front end and we will see that the color has been changed. So we are done with the leaderboard by quiz category settings shortcode as well. The last shortcode connected to the leaderboard settings is the user leaderboard position settings shortcode. You can copy the shortcode and paste it to your desired post or a page to see the leaderboard position of the current user. Note that it works with the individual leaderboard settings shortcode options. So all we need to do is to copy the shortcode, then go to the post, to our desired post, then paste the shortcode here. And of course we need to change your quiz ID with the corresponding quiz ID. For example, it will be 19. Then save the changes. Here is the shortcode on the front end, that is the number, and that means we have the 7th leaderboard position for the quiz with the ID 19. So together we have discussed all the shortcodes that are connected to the leaderboard. Hope you will enjoy using them. Also, you are welcome to contact the support team in case of having any questions or suggestions. See you in the next video tutorial.